Line up on the first baseline. Okay? We'll see you next.
From Greater Lowell Tech in Tingsboro, Mass., this is MIAA softball on LSP. Today it's the Greater Lowell Gryphons with a record of 5-7, 2-5 in Commonwealth Conference play, hosting the Shawsheen Rams with a record of 7-4, 6-2 in Commonwealth Conference play. Good afternoon, everybody. I'm Sam Feely, ready to bring you the play-by-play story alongside Joe Foley on camera. This is the second meeting of these two traditional rivals this season. Shawsheen won the first one on April 24th, 5-2. And Greater Lowell is in the midst of a tightly packed schedule. We keep talking about how the season, how all these games got postponed because of the weather, but it's true. Greater Lowell has 8 games remaining in the next couple of weeks, including this one, as they try to make a push for an MIAA Division III state tournament bid. Shawsheen, well on their way, not all the way there yet, but only need a couple more wins to get over the 500 threshold. Here's the starting lineup for the visiting Shawsheen Tech Rams. Both teams wearing white, but Shawsheen has the purple letters and numbers and socks and the black pants. Becca Smith is going to lead it off in center field, followed by Alicia Cushing at short. Bella Richard is at first. Caitlin Logue is at third. Carly Wickwire is in left. Brooke Arena is in the circle. She's the pitcher. Haley Ferguson is at second. Jess Stevens is in right. And Grace Clark rounds out the lineup behind the plate. I mentioned Brooke Arena starting the game, pitching for Shawsheen. She is 3-1 this season with an even 2 ERA. And for Greater Lowell in the white jerseys with the navy blue socks, letters, and numbers, and the navy blue pants, letters, and numbers, and the yellow socks, it'll be Ashley Pinto leading it off in center field, followed by Jessica Lawler at second. Maddie Cormier is behind the plate. Stephanie Seymour is at third. Audrey DeJesus is the DP. Haley Matthews is at first. Brianna Figueroa is in right. Michaela Mills is at short. And rounding out the lineup is Gabby Bello in left. Pitching today for the Gryphons will be Jessica McFadgen. McFadgan. And there you see Jessica warming up right now as the Gryphons take the field. Senior day here for the Gryphons, although they have one more home game left. But yeah, out of these 8 remaining games, they only have one more home game after this. Graduating 5 seniors, 4 of them in the starting lineup today: Bello, Matthews, Seymour, and Pinto. And then you also had Keelis Morales, also a senior for the Gryphons. Seniors abound for Shawsheen in their starting lineup as well, as they have 5 seniors in their starting lineup, including Alicia Cushing, Caitlin Logue, Carly Wickwire, Brooke Arena, and Haley Ferguson. McFadgen has finished her warm-up tosses. We're ready for some softball. And here is Becca Smith, the center fielder, standing in from the left side to lead it off for the Shawsheen Tech Rams. We were scheduled to get started at 4. You figured we'd have a little bit of a later start anyway because of the senior day ceremony, but we are ready to go. Corner infielders come in for this first batter, and the home plate umpire says, "Get that bucket of flowers off the field." McFadgen toes the rubber. The first pitch is in there for strike 1 at 4:29. We're underway. Next offering. Brushes her off a little bit, and it's 1-1. Misses for ball 2. Smith, Cushing, and Richard due up here in the top of the first for the visiting Shawsheen Tech Rams. Just underway. And another one that caused her to flinch, but that misses upstairs, and it's 3-1. Three-one pitch. Misses the outside corner. Ball 4 and a 5-pitch walk drawn by Smith to lead off the ball game. That'll bring up the shortstop, senior Alicia Cushing. She squares to bunt, and she offered at it for strike one. And she grounds this one down to the third base line and foul to make it 0-2. So McFadgen 0-2 ahead of the number 2 hitter, of course. Important batter to get. As she grounds this one to the third baseman. Seymour on to first, and she is out on a close play. Play goes 5-3, but advancing to second is Smith. Runner in scoring position for Bella Richard, the first baseman. She swings and misses. A bit of a slider there, and it's 0-1. Grounds this one up the middle, through for a base hit. Rounding third is Smith. The play at the plate will not be in time. And Shawsheen is on the board first. It's 1-0 on the RBI single by Richard, who takes second on the throw. Now the cleanup hitter, Caitlin Logue, takes strike one, the third baseman. Another run in scoring position here for the Rams. She swings and misses at a changeup, and that makes it 0-2. Richard at second, one out, one run home is fouled into the screen. This is grounded up the middle, and it's through the wickets of the second baseman, Lawler. Being waved around third is Richard. She will score it. It's 2-0. That's going to be an E4, no RBI. And the first pitch to Carly Wickwire is a ball, 1-0. 2-0 our score. Here in inning number one. One out. This is a little looper that'll one hop in front of the second baseman, Lawler. She tags the runner going to second. Logue, that's all she'll get. Wickwire reaches on the fielder's choice. And that'll make it 2 out, runner at first. For the number 6 hitter, the pitcher, Brooke Arena. And Brooke nicks this one off the pitcher's glove, fielded by the second baseman, Lawler, on to first for the out. That retires the side. 1 run, 1 hit, 1 error, 1 left. After half an inning, 2 runs rather, 1 hit, 1 error, 1 man left, 1 left. And after half an inning, I can do this. Shawsheen 2, Greater Lowell coming up. Advertising opportunities are available on LSP. Get your company's message on air or on localsportsproductions.com for as little as $25 per ad. Visit localsportsproductions.com/advertising or email sam@localsportsproductions.com for more information. 17 pitches in that first inning for Jess McFadgen, 12 for strikes. And the Gryphons are down 2 before they even take their first swing of the bat. As I mentioned, Brook Arena 3-1 this season with a 2 ERA in the circle for the Rams. Shawsheen looking to sweep the season series. They already won the first game of this season between these two teams, 5-2 on April 24th. Ashley Pinto, one of the seniors for Greater Lowell, will lead it off to begin the bottom of the first. Pinto, the center fielder. Standing in from the right side. And she pops this one up, foul, and behind the backstop for strike one. Areno winds and delivers. Upstairs, 1-1. Pinto, then Jessica Lawler and Maddie Cormier due up here in the first. Swing and a miss at a fastball, and it's 1-2. Trying to butt her way on, but that's foul. And that will be strike 3. And Pinto is out. So that'll bring up Jessica Lawler, the second baseman. Lawler takes upstairs ball 1. You'll notice that Arena has the ball exposed as she finds the grip, as that's in there for strike 1 to even the count. She finds the grip on the ball before winding for the pitch. You wonder if maybe that could be a clue to the Gryphon batters to see if they can get a better read on the ball and perhaps make some hay. 2-1 the count, as that was up and in. Lined into left center field and down for a base hit. First hit of the ball game for the Gryphons, has a runner at first with 1 out. So here's Maddie Cormier, the catcher. Cormier pops this one up, and it's caught by the shortstop Cushing for a 1-pitch out number 2. So that didn't take long to have Arena be 1 out away from this. Getting out of this, here's the third baseman, cleanup hitter, senior captain Stephanie Seymour. She takes a big cut and misses for strike 1. Seymour standing in from the left side. Takes upstairs 1-1. Swings and misses again. Out in front of that one, and it's 1-2 to Seymour. Lawler at first after a 1-out single. That's taken outside, 2-2. Liner down the first base line, fair. They'll try to force her at first, and getting a strong throw in is the right fielder, Stevens, and that ends the inning on your standard 9-3 putout. And after one complete, it is still Shawsheen 2, Greater Lowell nothing. Want LSP to tape or broadcast your team's games? Rates start just $100 per game. Also ask LSP about streaming your next gaming tournament, wedding, concert, recital, school play, meeting, or other event. Visit localsportsproductions.com/services or email sam@localsportsproductions.com for more information. So through one inning, each team has one hit, but Shawsheen has 2 runs. And to begin the top of the second, it'll be the bottom third of the order due up for the Rams: Haley Ferguson, Jess Stevens, and Grace Clark. Ferguson, another senior for Shawsheen. 5 of the 2 through 7 batters. 5 of the 6 batters 2 through 7 in the Shawsheen lineup are seniors. Ferguson, the second baseman, donning the bright red helmet. And the first pitch to her is taken for strike 1. Looks like she was taken all the way on that one. And McFadgen jumps ahead. McFadgen delivers up and away rather. Ferguson takes up and away, and it's 1-1. Low for ball 2, 2-1. McFadgen trying to get readjusted after skipping that one to the plate. Here's the pitch. Line foul. Just foul on the first base side. And it'll make it 2-2. I thought that caught inside the line just past the first base bag, but not so, says the infield umpire. So 2-2 the count to Ferguson. Taken for strike 3 called. First strikeout of the game for McFadgen, and there's 1 down. That'll bring up Jess Stevens, the right fielder. And Stevens lines this one into right center field, and it'll be caught on the run by the right fielder Figueroa for out number 2. Solid contact, but there to cut it off was Figueroa. 2 up, 2 down for Grace Clark, the catcher, and the number 9 hitter. 2-0 our score. Top of the second. 2 runs on 1 hit, 1 walk, and 1 error for Shawsheen in the top of the first, as that misses up and away for ball 1. Both teams with 1 hit in the ball game. That's low for ball 2. Hitters count for Clark. Let's see if she can keep the inning alive. McFadgen winds and delivers, and this is smoked. Oh! Right into the glove of McFadgen. How do you do? 3 up, 3 down, and after 1.5, still Shawsheen 2, Greater Lowell nothing. You can follow Local Sports Productions on the web at localsportsproductions.com, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and Patreon LSP37, Snapchat LSP Media, and subscribe to the LSP YouTube channel. Wow. Looking at the replay here, yeah, McFadden just stuck the glove up and gung-hoed it. There can only be one Highlander. So 5 in a row retired by McFadden after allowing the second run to Shawsheen. Now the Gryphons come up in the bottom of the second with 5, 6, and 7 due up. DeJesus, Matthews, and Figueroa. DeJesus in the DP slot for this one. And the first pitch is taken at the knees for strike one. Right-handed hitting DeJesus swings and grounds this one right back to the pitcher Arena for out number one. So both pitchers making some fine defensive plays here in the early going. One down for Haley Matthews, the senior first baseman. Matthews rolling up the sleeves for this one. And the pitch taken for strike one. In there for strike two. Matthews takes a healthy cut at that one and fouls it off. And the count remains 0-2. The pitch lined into center field, and this will be caught on the run by Smith for out number two. Two up, two down, and that brings up Brianna Figueroa, the right fielder. Seen some good defense in this first two innings. And Figueroa pops this one up, and making the catch is the third baseman, Logue. And Arena gets the side on 7 pitches, all strikes. After 2 complete, still Shawsheen 2, Greater Lowell nothing. This is MIAA softball on LSP. The LSP store is now open. Get yourself a DVD copy of this or any past LSP video broadcast or one of several different designs of bumper stickers. Visit localsportsproductions.com/store or the LSP Facebook page after the game to place your order. And remember, all orders within the continental United States come with free shipping. So after both pitchers get 1, 2, 3 innings in the second, our totals remain 2 runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 1 left for Shawsheen, and no runs, 1 hit, 1 error, and 1 left for Greater Lowell. Got through the first 2 innings in 20 minutes, making good time. Top of the order, top third of the order, due up for the Rams here on the top of the third. Smith, Cushing, and Richard. Smith drew a walk to lead off the ball game and eventually came around to score the game's first run. Smith standing right on top of the plate there, and she lines this one into center field, left field. This will be down for a base hit in front of Bello, and Smith has reached base for the second consecutive plate appearance. And the Rams have the leadoff batter aboard for Alicia Cushing, who grounded out to third. And she's going to pop up this bunt attempt, and it's caught. They throw back to first, and she's safe. So Cushing's sack attempt is unsuccessful, and they nearly turned it into a double play at that, but still runner at first, but now one out, and that'll bring up Bella Richard. So Cushing is 0 for 2. Richard singled home Smith and then came around to score her own run in the first inning. The pitch taken for strike one. Throw down to second as the runner is going, and she's safe. Smith has a stolen base. So another opportunity for Richard to drive in Smith. Smith grounds this one to the left side. It'll hold the runner. The throw to first is not in time. Runner going to third on the throw. And she's safe. It's an infield single. Runners at the corners, one out. And here is Caitlin Logue. Reached on an error that ended up scoring Richard. Her first time up, and she strokes this one down the right field line. It's a fair ball. One run scores. Rest are going to go station to station. It's an RBI single for Logue, and Shawsheen is up 3-0. First and second, still only one out in the inning. Here's Carly Wickwire, the left fielder. And the pitch, taken at the knees for strike one. 2 on, 1 out. Swing and a miss. Got her way out in front of an off-speed pitch, and it's 0-2. This is a big out to get right here. Wickwire reached on fielder's choice her first time up. And she pops this one up into shallow right, and it's caught by the second baseman, Lawler. A big second out. Runners stay where they are. 2 down, and the pitcher due up, Brooke Arena. Arena grounded out to second to end the first, her first time up. 3 hits, and the Rams would like to get more than 1 run out of that. This is grounded up the middle. Second baseman will underhand to first, and they can't get it. It's dropped on the transfer. The throw home. They do get the runner coming home, Richard. It works out in the end. The play goes 6-2 on the putout of Richard, and the side is retired. 1 run, 3 hits, no errors, and 2 left. And after 2.5, Shawsheen 3, Greater Lowell 0. LSP's next broadcast is Tuesday evening when the Greater Lowell Gryphons host the PMA Panthers in boys volleyball action. Watch the game live at localsportsproductions.com/live, then stream the game the next day at localsportsproductions.com/on-demand or on the LSP YouTube channel, or buy a DVD of the game at the LSP store. So the scoring of that play to end the inning was fielder's choice E6 and then a 6-2 putout of Richard. And another inning with no balls thrown. All strikes that inning for McFadgen. We go to the bottom of the third, 8-9-1 due up for the Gryphons, with Michaela Mills, the shortstop, to lead it off. Mills, then Gabby Bello, and then the leadoff hitter, Ashley Pinto, and she grounds this one to the second baseman, underhand to first, Ferguson to Richard, and on one pitch, it's the sixth consecutive batter retired by Arena. Number 9 hitter Gabby Bello due up, and she takes low, ball one. And that ends a streak of 9 consecutive strikes thrown by Arena. Now it's 2-0. Takes a cut at one below the knees, and it's 2-1. A little bit of a flat-footed swing there. And she pops this one up. Stepping back is the shortstop, Cushing, for out number 2. So on a hitter's count, Griffin's unable to do anything with it, and now the lineup turns over for Pinto, who struck out swinging in the first. And she takes low, ball one. 3-0 our score. Bottom of the third. 1 run, 1 hit thus far for the Gryphons. This is grounded to the shortstop, Cushing, on to first in time. And it's 8 in a row retired by Arena. And after 3 complete, still Shawsheen 3, Greater Lowell 0. Advertising opportunities are available on LSP. Get your company's message on air or on localsportsproductions.com for as little as $25 per ad. Visit localsportsproductions.com/advertising or email sam@localsportsproductions.com for more information. A defensive change has been made for the Greater Lowell Gryphons, as Haley Cruz has taken over in right field for Brianna Figueroa. So Cruz for Figueroa. Lone change going into the fourth, as it'll be the bottom third of the order due up for the Rams, Ferguson, Stevens, and Clark. They went in order their first time up in the second. Ferguson was the first of those batters, and she struck out looking for what is thus far the only strikeout for McFadgen. McFadgen back to work, and she gets her to swing and miss at one in the dirt for strike one. Three runs, 4 hits, as this is grounded to the shortstop Mills. On to first, nearly pulled the batter off, the first base off the bag, and it pulled her off enough. Matthews, that reaching safely, is Ferguson. That's going to be an error. The question is that going to be on the shortstop or the first baseman? I think if the throw pulls the first baseman off the bag, it's got to be an E6. So that is the third error of the ball game committed by the Gryphons. And now wanting to bunt the runner over is Stevens, but she fouls it off for strike one. So 3 runs, 4 hits, no errors, and 3 left for the for the Rams, and no runs, 1 hit, 3 errors, and 1 left for Greater Lowell. As we get the top of the fourth underway, runner on first. Nobody out. Stevens swings and misses. Runner goes to second, and in there with a stolen base is Ferguson. Runner in scoring position. Nobody out for Stevens. As Shawsheen looks to pad their 3-run lead. They will not do it there as Stevens cuts and misses for strike 3. Second strikeout for McFadgen, and there's 1 down. That'll bring up the number 9 hitter, the catcher Grace Clark, who, as you remember, lined out to McFadgen to end the second in one of the more impressive gung-ho, casual, there can only be one Highlander plays I've seen in a while, and she cuts and misses for strike 1. You know, all these obscure adjectives I'm coming up with. I apologize, folks. Get used to it if you're going to watch local sports productions. Nerd references galore. Fouled off, and it's 0-2. Runner in scoring position, 1 out. Ferguson with the stolen base just now. Second steal of the game for the Rams. The pitch. This is grounded to short. Barehanded, firing on to first, and she's safe. Throw to third, and she is also safe. Trying to take second and catch the defense napping, and out at second is Clark. So it could have been first and third, 1 out. Instead, it's runner at third, 2 out. As that is another error on the Gryphons, but this one is swallowed up by the first baseman, Matthews. She tags the bag herself, and that will end the inning. Nothing comes of either of the errors in the inning, and after 3.5, we're halfway home. It is still Shawsheen 3, Greater Lowell nothing. Want LSP to tape or broadcast your team's games? Rates start just $100 per game. Also ask LSP about streaming your next gaming tournament, wedding, concert, recital, school play, meeting, graduation, or other event. Visit localsportsproductions.com/services or email sam@localsportsproductions.com for more information. One run and 1 hit and 4 errors for Greater Lowell thus far. Now keep in mind, I am not the official scorer, so Shawsheen and Greater Lowell may have it differently. But here we go to the bottom of the fourth. Greater Lowell needs to get something going here. They've had one hit, and that was with one out in the first. It's 8 in a row thus far, retired by Brooke Arena, the Shawsheen pitcher. And she will face the 2, 3, and 4 hitters, Jessica Lawler, Maddie Cormier, and Stephanie Seymour. Lawler has the only hit thus far for the Gryphons, and she takes strike one to begin the bottom of the fourth. That was a single, but that's been it for the Gryphons. She grounds this one out of the reach of the pitcher, fielded by the shortstop on to first, and in time, just barely. Great strong throw by Cushing, and the stretch by the first baseman, Richard, retires Lawler, one down. So 9 in a row retired for Maddie Cormier. Cormier popped up to the shortstop Cushing, her first time up in the first, and she pops this one foul, and thankfully it doesn't take a chunk out of anybody's car for strike one. Would you like to be the official glass company of LSP baseball and softball broadcast? Visit the advertising page, please. Down and in, 1-1. Below the knees, and it's 2-1, and a rare sight this game for Arena to be behind a batter. She threw 28 pitches through the first 3 innings. Just 28, that is efficient. She fouls this one off, and it's 2-2. This may be senior day for the Gryphons, but it is not their last home game. They have one more home game. As this is driven to left, and this will get down roll all the way to the wall. Around first is Cormier. She's on her way to second, and she will get there. No, she wants third. She wants a triple. She gets there. A one-out triple for Cormier. A desperately needed big hit for Shawsheen. She's a little slow to get up after that hard slide. But as the second hit of the ball game, snaps a streak of 9 straight retired by Arena. And that'll bring up Stephanie Seymour with a chance to put the Gryphons on the board for the first time. Nothing else, get a sacrifice fly out of this situation. Takes ball 1. Three nothing our score. 2 runs in the first, 1 in the third for Shawsheen. This is popped up, and that'll be fouled off to the left and out of play to even the count at 1. Runner at third is Cormier with the one-out triple. This is skied high. This will get out of play behind the bleachers. You know, they call it softball, but there ain't nothing soft about those balls. You don't want to get struck by a foul ball in a softball game. I'd even argue, it's just, yeah. She fouls this one off. Good job staying alive, just barely getting a piece of that one. And the count remains 1-2. They will put a dent in your car just as much as a baseball will. Downstairs, 2-2. Seymour, the senior, on her special day. Outside corner, strike 3 called. Well, that looked to be outside from here, but it's the second strikeout for Arena, and a big out at that, as that makes it 2 down, still with the runner at third for Audrey DeJesus, the DP. She is 0 for 1, grounded out to the pitcher, her first time up, and she fouls this one off for strike one. She was the victim of Arena's own nice defensive play, which came right after McFadgen's. Getting a fresh softball here. And DeJesus delivers, Arena delivers the 1, and it's caught on the run by the right fielder, Stevens, for out number 3. So nothing comes of the 1-out triple, and after 4 complete, it is still Shawsheen 3, Greater Lowell nothing. This is MIAA softball on LSP. You can follow LSP on the web at localsportsproductions.com, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and Patreon LSP37, Snapchat LSP Media, and subscribe to the LSP YouTube channel. 77 degrees, partly sunny here in Tingsboro. Earlier on, the sun was beating right down on me and Joe as we were setting up. But the breeze and a little bit of cloud cover has made it a little easier. Haven't gotten my second sunburn of the broadcast season just yet. I'm sure there'll be more. Well, maybe not when I'm broadcasting the Blue Sox night games, but... Oh yeah, did I mention we got more Blue Sox baseball coming up this summer, starting May 31st. And they will have 2 new league rivals this year, coming over from the Yawkey League, Alabrandies and the Malden Mad Dogs, and with the Alabrandies being, one of the most dominant teams in Yawkey League history, they give the Blue Sox an immediate new challenger for the ICL throne, not to mention the likes of Andre and Watertown and last year's surprise finalist Reading. But yeah, the Blue Sox season starts May 31st here on LSP. 2, 3, and 4 due up for the Rams as we begin the top of the 5th. Alicia Cushing, Bella Richard, and Caitlin Logue. Cushing is 0 for 2, grounded out to third and popped up to the catcher. And she takes an awkward cut and miss for that one. Strike one. Three runs, 4 hits, no errors, 4 left for Shawsheen. As that off-speed pitch misses outside, 1-1. And no runs, 2 hits, 4 errors, and 2 left for Greater Lowell. Both pitchers have struck out 2 batters each, as that is fouled off to make it 1-2. McFadgen could use a shutdown inning here to give her offense a little bit of momentum, as that misses outside 2-2. Already in the top of the 5th, and this game is not even an hour old. Love it. Grounder down the third baseline, but that will be foul. Mention how economical that Arena was thus far. Same can be said for, this is fouled off. Same can be said for McFadgen as she just threw her 50th pitch. Two again. Grounded down the third baseline, fielded in fair territory by Seymour. Strong throw to first for the out. So McFadden wins that 7-pitch battle with a G5. Second time Cushing is grounded out to the third baseman Seymour. She's 0 for 3. (3-0) our score, as here's Bella Richard, who's 2 for 2 with an RBI single and a run scored of her own as she takes strike one. And that slow curveball just catches the plate as it crosses before dropping to the dirt to make it 0-2. Remember, folks, it's not necessarily where the catcher catches it, as it's upstairs, 1-2. It's where it crosses the plate. The 1-2 from McFadden to Richard. Catches the inside corner, strike 3. Well, if she can get that pitch consistently, she could be unhittable the rest of the way. 2 down, as that's her third strikeout, second called third strike. And that'll bring up Caitlin Logue, the cleanup hitter and third baseman, as that's up and away for ball 1. As I mentioned, McFadden could use a shutdown inning here. Put a little pep in the step of the Greater Lowell offense as they try to tie this game. This is right in front of me, thankfully. Didn't cross the fence. 1-1 the count. You remember last week we had Lynn Tech and Greater Lowell baseball, and Joe and I had to fear for our lives. A foul ball came over towards our way. This is grounded down the first baseline, scooped up by Matthews, steps on the bag, inning over. There's that 1-2-3 inning I was talking about, although it was a more laborious inning than any of the last 3 innings for McFadden, relatively speaking, 14 pitches. After 4.5, still Shawsheen 3, Greater Lowell nothing. The LSP store is now open. Get yourself a DVD copy of this or any past LSP video broadcast, or one of several different designs of bumper stickers. Visit localsportsproductions.com/store or the LSP Facebook page after the game to place your order. And remember, all orders within the continental United States come with free shipping. Here we go to the bottom of the 5th. And the first pitch is fouled off by Haley Matthews for strike 1. Matthews is 0 for 1 with a fly ball to center. Arena on cruise control here, and she's ahead 0-2. Rams went in order just now for only the second time. This is smoked into center field, and this will be over the head of the center fielder, Smith. Around first is Matthews. She's on her way to second, and she will hold there with a leadoff double. So, as a unit, the Gryphons have a single, a double, and a triple. Now, can they capitalize? Here's Haley Cruz for her first at-bat of the game. Remember, she came in defensively in the fourth for Figueroa. Ball one. A swing and a miss. She's going to get the bunt down. It's a good one, and she is going to beat it out. A bunt single by Haley Cruz. And the first two have reached for the Gryphons, and that brings the tying run to the plate in the person of MIAA Mills. Mills grounded out to second on the first pitch she saw in the third. Cruz runs, the pitch is grounded to the third baseman. This will score the, no, it won't score the run just yet. She took off late, and she's out. Taking third, catching the defense napping is Cruz, but Mills grounds out. Matthews is cut down 3-2. So after all that, runner on third, 2 down, and a swing and a miss by Bello. So after a crazy sequence there, this is popped foul, and that'll hit behind the dugout on a van. Thankfully, nothing's broken. Bello down 0-2. So it's a 5-3-2 double play. Taken for ball one. If Matthews had run, as that's a swing and a miss, and that will do it from potentially a huge rally. It's snuffed out in the span of 5 pitches with the 5-3-2 double play and the strikeout of Bello. And after 5 complete, Shawsheen 3, Greater Lowell nothing. LSP's next broadcast is Tuesday evening when the Greater Lowell Gryphons host the PMA Panthers in MIAA boys volleyball action. Watch the game live at localsportsproductions.com/live, then stream the game the next day at localsportsproductions.com/on-demand or on the LSP YouTube channel, or buy a DVD of the game at the LSP store. If Matthews had run as soon as the third baseman Logue threw that ball on the ground ball by Mills, she could have scored the run, but instead she broke late, and that's what allowed the Rams to complete a 5-3-2 double play and eventually escaped the inning unscathed. So a tough break for the Greater Lowell offense. Now they're down to their final 6 outs as we begin the top of the 6th with the 5, 6, and 7 hitters due up for Shawsheen: Carly Wickwire, Brooke Arena, and Haley Ferguson. That's taken low for ball one by Carly Wickwire. Wickwire is 0 for 2, reached on a fielder's choice and popped up to second. She takes a mighty cut at that one and comes up empty to even the count at 1. 6th inning, and this game still isn't an hour old. That's low for ball 2, 2-1. I think she was trying that same breaking ball on the front hip to the right-handed batters that she got Richard on. As this is grounded down to shortstop, Mills has it, fires to first. Good stretch by Matthews to try and pick it, but it was too low, and beating it out for an infield single is Wickwire. Here's Brooke Arena, the pitcher. Arena's 0 for 2 with the fielder's choice in her own right. And now we have a stoppage of play, and the home plate umpire is, I'm not sure what he's doing. He was talking to somebody. I don't think anyone was mouthing off at him. But anyways. Arena will take low, ball 1. Three runs, 5 hits, no errors, 4 left. As that sails high, 2-0. 3 runs, 5 hits, no errors, 4 left for Shawsheen. No runs, 4 hits, 4 errors, and 3 left for Greater Lowell. A foul ball. Could have been 3-0. Instead, it's 2-1. Top of the 6th. 3-0 our score. Shawsheen on top of Greater Lowell. Greater Lowell had their best chance just now to get on the scoreboard last half inning. Bottom of the 5th, that's low. Or did they call it a strike? 2-2, wow. As I was saying, Greater Lowell just had their best chance to score last half inning. They had first and third, nobody out. This is grounded to the shortstop. Mills steps on the bag for 1, and that is all she'll get. She gets the fielder's choice 6 unassisted, and 1 down. That'll bring up Haley Ferguson. Yeah, it was first and third, nobody out, and then a ground out to third. Matthews tried to catch the defense napping, but she got a late break and got thrown out. And then a strikeout of the number 9 hitter, Bello. And here we are, top of the 6th, still 3-0. Runner on first, 1 out. Runner goes, pitch skips to the backstop. On her way to second is Arena with the stolen base. So runner in scoring position, 1 out, and a 1-1 count to Ferguson. This is grounded up the middle, through for a base hit. Around third is Arena. The play at the plate is offline. Taking second on the errant throw is Ferguson, and it is 4-0. Runner at second, still only 1 out. Here's Jess Stevens, the right fielder. And Stevens chops this one foul at the dish for strike 1. Big run there. For the Rams. Taken for strike 2, 0-2 to Stevens. This is grounded to the right side. It'll be the second baseman. Lawler bobbling it. Everybody's safe on the 5th error of the ball game on the Gryphons. Runners at the corners, 1 down for the number 9 hitter, Grace Clark, the catcher. She is 0 for 2, reached on an error in the 4th, and lined out on that fantastic play by McFadgen. This pitch is popped up, and this is out of the reach of the second baseman, Lawler. Safe at first is Clark, and in to score is Ferguson, and it's 5-0. Rams, and the lineup turns over for Becca Smith, who is 1 for 2 with a walk, a single, a stolen base, and 2 runs. Taken for strike 1. Five errors in the game on the Gryphons by my count. This is popped up on the infield, and it's going to be secured by the third baseman, Seymour, and that'll be out number 2. If she dropped that, she would have had an easy force at third anyways to get the second out to begin with. But now here's Alicia Cushing. Cushing is 0 for 3 with 2 groundouts. And she grounds this one out of the reach of the third baseman. Backhanded stop, unsuccessful by Mills. Everybody is safe. That'll be an infield single. And the bases are loaded with 2 out, with an at-bat looming for Bella Richard that could decide the game. Wouldn't put it in mercy rule territory, but it would be backbreaking for the Gryphons, certainly, as it's a ball 1-0. 5-0 our score. Bases loaded, 2 out, and Richard comes up empty, 1-1. Richard is 2 for 3 with an RBI and a run scored. Bases filled with Rams, 2 out in the top of the 6th, and that's taken for strike 2. I think now would be the time to try in that front hip curveball that McFadgen got her on last time. This popped up into right field, and it's caught. Straddling the line is Cruz, and that does it for the top of the 6th. The Rams get 2, but leave the bases loaded, and after 5.5, Shawsheen 5, Greater Lowell 0. Advertising opportunities are available on LSP. Get your company's message on air or on localsportsproductions.com for as little as $25 per ad. Visit localsportsproductions.com/advertising or email sam@localsportsproductions.com for more information. So 5 runs, 8 hits, no errors. 7 left for Shawsheen. No runs, 4 hits, 5 errors, and 3 left for Greater Lowell. As we go to the bottom of the 6th, again, the Gryphons now down to their final 6 outs. Arena doing a magic disappearing act to get out of that first and third nobody out jam last inning. And now she will deal with the top 3 hitters of the Greater Lowell lineup. Here in the bottom of the 6th, Pinto, Lawler, and Cormier. Pinto is 0 for 2, and she fouls this one off for strike 1. Pinto struck out swinging in the first, grounded out to short in the 3rd. Ducks to avoid that one, and it's 1-1. Upstairs, 2-1. There haven't been a whole lot of good hitters counts for the Gryphons today, but here is one of them. She comes up empty, kind of ran up to that one like Ichiro, but missed, and it's 2-2. Only once this game have the Gryphons gotten the leadoff batter aboard, and that was last inning with Matthews' double. Still 2-2. Bottom of the 6th. First batter of the inning. Taking her time here is Arena. Now the pitch is fouled off again. Gryphons haven't had a battle like this at the plate thus far this game. 7th pitch of the at-bat coming up. And she lines this one, gobbled up by the second baseman Ferguson in time for out number 1. That'll bring up Jessica Lawler, the second baseman, 1 for 2 with a single. Had a single with 1 out in the first, and then it was 9 in a row, as that's fouled off for strike 1. It was 9 in a row set down by Arena. Before that streak was snapped with the 1-out triple by Cormier, but nothing came of that either for the Gryphons offense. Up and in, 1-1. Fouled off just barely, and it's 1-2. She was out in front of that one. Into center field, and this will be caught backing up by Smith. A deep drive, but not deep enough. Gryphons down to their final 4 outs. Maddie Cormier, 1 for 2 with a triple. And Cormier pops this one up. And nearly colliding are Logue and Arena, but Logue makes the catch. And that'll do it for the bottom of the 6th. Once again, the Gryphons go in order. And after 6 complete, Shawsheen 5, Greater Lowell nothing. This is MIAA Softball on LSP. Want LSP to tape or broadcast your team's games? Rates start just $100 per game. Also ask LSP about streaming your next gaming tournament, wedding, concert, recital, school play, meeting, graduation, or other event. Visit localsportsproductions.com/services or email sam@localsportsproductions.com for more information. This isn't a make-or-break game for Greater Lowell's season. They still have 7 more games after this. But, that's in a bunched-up amount of time. They still have time to get into the Division III softball tournament, but they can't come back and win this one, they're going to have to go, let's see, 7 games left. They would be 5-8. They'd have to go 5-2 in their final 5, in their final 7 to ensure themselves of a tournament berth. And I don't have the data on the Sullivan rule for them, so we'll have to, so jury is out on that. Here we go to the top of the 7th, and it'll be the middle third of the order due up. Logue, Wickwire, and Arena. Logue is 1 for 3, reached on an error in the first, singled in the third. Singled home and got an RBI out of that in the third, in fact, and grounded out to the first baseman Matthews to end the 5th. McFadgen still on there for the 7th, and this is down the right field line for a base hit. She beats out the throw at first. As a strong throw by Cruz. We've seen one 9-3 put out already today, but not a second. And Logue is 2 for 4. First pitch swinging. Leadoff batter aboard for the Rams. And here is Carly Wickwire. She gets the bunt down in front of the pitcher who's covering first. It's going to be the second baseman. The sacrifice is successful, 1-4. Logue advances to second. I don't know if you can call it an insurance run if you're up 5 already, but, you know, more runs never hurt anybody. Here's Brooke Arena, 0 for 2, grounded to 2 fielders' choices. Scored her last time up, and she swings and misses for strike 1. 1 out, runner at second. 5-0 Rams. So Rams look to go to 8-4 and 7-2 in Commonwealth Conference play. This is a little nubber out of the reach of the pitcher, McFadgen, and everybody's safe. Well, maybe. Oh, getting in there safely with the slide is Logue. So a little bloop infield single. Arena with her first hit of the ball game. And it's first and third, 1 out for Haley Ferguson. 1 for 3 with a single, a run scored, and a stolen base, and an RBI. That's it. That's a ball, and taking second uncontested is Arena. So 2 runners in scoring position. As the cloud cover increases, and that's in there for strike 1. 1-1 the count to Ferguson. That skips and blocked by Cormier. No advance by the runners, and it's 2-1. Logue at third, Arena at second, 1 out here in the top of the 7th. And that's down the pipe for strike 2, 2-2. Upstairs, full count. Jess Stevens, the right fielder, is on deck. That's low for ball 4. Bases loaded for the second consecutive inning at that. Here's Jess Stevens, 0 for 3, reached on an error last inning. And she lines this one into right center field. That's going to get down. 1 run scores easily. Here a second run is going to be held at third. It's a single and an RBI. Logue scores. That's Stevens' first hit. Everybody else goes station to station, and it is 6-0. Here's Grace Clark, the catcher. Fouls this one off for strike one. Clark 1 for 3 with a single. Arena at third, Ferguson at second, Stevens at first. This is grounded through the wickets of the second baseman, Waller. 1 run scores, and being held at third again is Ferguson. And it is 7-0. Lineup turns over for Becca Smith, and Smith takes strike one. Smith 1 for 3 with a single, a walk, a stolen base, and 2 runs scored. Only out this inning has been a sacrifice bunt. This has popped up into foul territory, and that will nick off the outside of the backstop and make it 0-2. 2 in the first, 1 in the third, 2 in the sixth, and thus far 2 in the seventh. That's the scoring for Shawsheen. No runs across for Greater Lowell, despite having a runner at third with 1 out, and first and third, nobody out in a couple of instances this game. Big one here, 0-2 to the leadoff hitter, Smith. And she smacks this one, caught on a line by the shortstop, Mills. That is a big out, number 2. Rams in danger of leaving the bases loaded for the second consecutive inning. I guess it's not much of a problem if you're already up 7, but you hate leaving runners on base in these situations. You know, in case it comes to a close game, it's knocked down by the third baseman, and she throws it out of the shortstop, Mills. She throws it out of reach of the third baseman, Seymour. 2 runs are going to score, and it is 9-0. A great diving stop by Mills, but her throw is offline to Seymour. Nine nothing our score. Upstairs for ball 1. Another error committed by Greater Lowell. Ninth batter of the inning is Richard as she takes ball 2. Swing and a miss. And it's 2-1. You know, credit to McFadgen. She actually hasn't allowed an extra base hit this game. Everything has been singles for the Shawsheen Rams. It's just that the errors have come back to bite the Gryphons defensively. The Gryphons have 2 extra base hits. It's all singles for Shawsheen. That misses outside ball 4. Bases loaded now. And Logue to bat for the second time. And she takes upstairs ball 1. Logue led off this inning with a single, then advanced to second on a sacrifice bunt, and then scored on Stevens' single. She fouls this one off, and that evens the count at 1. Nine nothing our score. And this is grounded up the middle and through for a base hit. 1 run scores. Here comes another. Again, it's another single for Shawsheen. It's 11-0. Tumbling down as she crosses the plate is Clark. Correction is Cushing. But it is 11-0 now in favor of Shawsheen. First and second. And Wickwire takes ball 1. Second, third RBIs of the game, by the way, for Logue. This is popped up foul off the Shawsheen dugout, and that makes it 1-1. Wickwire's the 11th batter of the inning. And she fouls this one off to make it 1-2. Again, all the hits this game for Shawsheen have been singles. Wow. Fan just heaved the ball in from the driveway here back to the field. McFadden trying to finish this off, and she misses 2-2. That's low, full count. Throw down to third as the runners go, and safe at third is Richard. Correction, it's 2-2, not 3-2. And that's fouled off again. Second and third for the Rams. They're up 11-0 here on the top of the 7th. This is a little nubber back to the third baseman, Seymour. She fires onto first, and that will do it. The Rams send 11 batters to the plate. 6 of them score. After 6.5 closing time for Shawsheen, it is the Rams 11 and the Gryphons nothing. You can follow LSP on the web at localsportsproductions.com, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and Patreon LSP37, Snapchat LSP Media, and subscribe to the LSP YouTube channel. And So 6 runs on 5 hits and 1 error in that top of the 7th with 2 left for Shawsheen. And the Gryphons will have the middle third of the order due up. As they look to seal this one up and go to 8-4 on the season. Seymour to lead things off. And she skies this one down the right field line, but that's going to hook foul for strike 1. Seymour is 0 for 2 with a 9-3 ground out and a strikeout looking. Bottom of the 7th, Arena still out there. That's upstairs for ball 1. Fouled off, and that'll make it 1-2. Swing and a miss. Change up downstairs. And that'll be the first out of this top of the bottom of the 7th. 11-0 our score. Rams explode for 6 runs in the top half of this inning. Here's Audrey DeJesus, who is 0 for 2 with a ground out to the pitcher and a fly out to right. She grounds this one, knocked down by the shortstop Cushing, and she will put it in her back pocket. An infield single for DeJesus. She's 1 for 3. And I'll bring up Haley Matthews, the first baseman. 1 for 2 with a double. Take strike 1. This is lined, caught in foul territory by the first baseman, Richard. Getting back to first safely, however, is DeJesus, and that'll be the second out of the inning. Gryphons down to their final out in the person of Haley Cruz, the right fielder. 1 for 1 as she takes ball 1. Cruz takes down and away, 2-0. Cruz swings and misses to make it 2-1. Little grounder to the left side, bobbled by the shortstop. She'll underhand a second, and she was going to be safe anyways. DeJesus. So first and second, 2 down for Michaela Mills. And Mills lines this one right back to the pitcher Arena, and a fitting metaphor for this ball game as it ends in 1 hour and 31 minutes. The winning pitcher is Brooke Arena. She improves to 4-1. The losing pitcher is Jessica McFadgen. The final totals for the Shawsheen Rams, who improved to 8-4, 7-2 in Commonwealth Conference play, 11 runs, 13 hits, no errors, 9 left. And for the Greater Lowell Gryphons, who fall to 5-8, 2-6 in Commonwealth Conference play, no runs, 6 hits, 6 errors, and 5 left. Our players of the game are Brooke Arena with the complete game shutout, as well as going 1 for 4 at the plate with 2 runs scored. And Kaylin Lowe will also get a nod, going 3 for 5 with a stolen base, a run scored, and 3 RBIs. So Greater Lowell hung in there until the very end when Shawsheen just exploded in the top of the 7th to put this one to bed. And congratulations to Shawsheen on an impressive victory. So with that said, this has been a presentation of local sports production serving Greater Boston student-athletes since 2011. Copyright 2018, unauthorized redistribution of any portion of this broadcast without the express written permission of local sports productions is strictly prohibited. LSP's next broadcast is Tuesday evening, time to be determined, when the Greater Lowell Gryphons host the PMA Panthers in MIAA boys volleyball action. Watch the game live at localsportsproductions.com/live, then stream the game the next day at localsportsproductions.com/on-demand or on the LSP YouTube channel, or buy a DVD of this or any past LSP video broadcast at the LSP store. And be sure to follow LSP on the web, localsportsproductions.com, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and Patreon LSP37, Snapchat LSP Media, and subscribe to the LSP YouTube channel. Once again, the final score from Greater Lowell Tech in Tingsboro, Mass. It is the Shawsheen Rams 11 and the Greater Lowell Gryphons nothing. For Joe Foley on camera, my name is Sam Feely, reminding you freelance isn't free. Thanks for